Hi, I'm David Compton. Jessica Rose is home, as some of our other team members here from the Trucker News Channel are also. The Penn DOT has moved to reopen select rest areas after pleas from the trucking industry. And as the COVID-19 crisis continues to take its toll, states realize the epidemic is taking a toll at their toll booths.
Hi, I'm Craig Boltzman. With restaurants across the United States closing their dine-in options, a trucking industry group reaches out to McDonald's to allow truck drivers to be able to walk up to the drive-thru windows, and toilet paper bandits strike at rest stops across I-80 in Nebraska, causing a shutdown. All this and more news coming up on this edition of the Trucker News Channel. Small Business and Transportation Coalition is asking McDonald's Corporation to make some emergency changes to allow truckers easier access to the company's food. Many states have ordered full restaurant dine-in limitations while only allowing drive-thru or takeout options. The problems for a trucker is it's pretty near impossible to guide that big Peterbilt through the drive-thru lane and walk up service at the drive-thru window is not allowed. The organization is asking McDonald's to please temporarily arrange for nationwide accommodations to serve truckers while your restaurants are closed.
The Pennsylvania Department of Transportation has reopened select rest areas across Pennsylvania for truck parking. Penn DOT rest areas were closed at midnight Tuesday, March 17th, in response to Governor Tom Wolf's mitigation guidance regarding COVID-19. After several states across the nation announced the closing of rest areas earlier in the week, numerous industry organizations, including the ATA and OIDA, reached out to federal, local, and state governments asking that services be restored for truck drivers. Penn DOT responded by providing limited services at 13 of the state's 30 rest areas, each of them in a critical location for truck parking. This will be effective Thursday, March 19th, and each location will have 5 portable toilets. These will be cleaned once a day. Electronic message signs will be used near the applicable centers to notify drivers of the opened areas. To prevent further spread of COVID-19, Penn DOT does not plan to open any of the indoor facilities due to the lack of staff availability to keep the facilities clean and properly sanitized.
We seem to be in a season when the word toll is appearing in the news and used in discussions. We see statistics showing the toll of the virus in terms of the number of people testing positive for COVID-19, and of even greater concern, the increasing toll in terms of mortality rates of identified victims. But the tolls many state highway officials hope do not decrease are those collected along the nation's tollways and turnpikes. No doubt, as fewer Americans travel, toll collections will likely decrease, but many states are taking measures to ensure highway toll revenue continues to flow. And they are implementing measures to continuing collecting tolls while ensuring limited exposure of motorists to contact with COVID-19. While many states still employ human toll collectors, they also utilize automated tolling at other locations. In the midst of a pandemic, even highway officials recognize that an exchange of credit cards or cash between a toll booth worker and the hundreds or even thousands of drivers passing through a single toll lane each day turns vehicles into traveling petri dishes. No doubt the number of states changing toll collection procedures will increase or change in the coming days.
Speaking of tolls, I had a chance to sit down with BestPass, a toll management solution, to learn more about their product. Take a look.
Hi, this is Dave Compton with the Trucker News Channel. I'm here with Michael from BestPass. Michael, welcome to the show.
Thank you, David.
So tell me a little bit about BestPass. What do you guys do?
Well, what BestPass specializes is toll management. We consolidate all the tolls across the United States, over 40 different tolling authorities, into one consolidated source of invoice, payment, and the whole 9 yards. We minimize the devices that are associated with the actual tractor. There's companies out there that may have 5 or 6 transponders across the window. We could do it all into one device, or we could customize it to the region that trucking company is traveling. And then we pride ourselves on our customer service team. We made a customer service team, so we represent our customers with the tolling authorities, making our customers more efficient so they don't have to worry about dialing the phone and talking to a tolling authority. We represent them, and we do it very well.
So, any new innovations you guys are launching?
Yeah, basically today there's a press release that's going out, and the biggest thing with the change in the tolling authorities, there's more open road tolling. They're getting rid of the toll booths. So with that, there's more and more violation issues out there. So what we're doing now is not only as a backup for the tractors, adding the license plates with the trailers. So by doing this helps prevent the violations from happening. So we call it a toll violation avoidance program.
Very cool. So, this is I'm assuming, there's a pretty competitive space. What really separates Best Pass from its competition? Is there one or two things that you could really nail it down and say, this is where we beat our competition?
Basically, it's on the toll side. No one does toll like Best Pass. I'm very proud of what we built at Best Pass. Maybe a little bit of bias, but when other people compare us to our competitors, we seem to come out on top. But our competitors do certain things better than we do, like way station bypass. We just link it into our services. We don't really manage that. We're just the toll people. So,
got it. And so when it comes to technology, sometimes human nature is, oh my gosh, is this difficult to install? Tell me about it. How do I put Best Pass in? Can I do it myself? Do I have to go somewhere?
Depending on the size of the trucking company, from the owner-operators to the small and medium-sized companies, it's really not that big of a lift. But when you're talking about the mega companies, anything over 1,000 vehicles, yes, it's to change out the transponders, put our device in there. It becomes a little bit of a hassle. But what Best Pass has done is that we I don't want to say hold their hands, but we walk them through the whole process. We built a implementation team, so it goes from sales to implementation. Implementation now sets up the account, makes sure the ordering is all ready. Then it changes over to our fulfillment team, and that's where they actually ship the devices, and we're side by side with our customer all the way through that process, which I don't think our competitors do that.
Very cool. How do our viewers find out more about Best Pass?
You can go on to bestpass.com. Everything's there, from the type of transponders to our coverage area, and everything that we do with our news. The press releases are all there.
Very, very nice. Everybody, that's bestpass.com. This is Dave Compton with the Trucker News Channel. Back to you in the studio.
Well, there's been a run on toilet paper as Americans hunker down and isolate themselves at home to avoid the spread of the coronavirus and the disease it causes, COVID-19. Shelves are bare of toilet paper in many states across the nation. But some people in Nebraska are finding toilet paper and stealing it. At Interstate 80 rest stops, the rest stops are managed by the Nebraska Transportation Department. Some of them are staffed and some of them are not. As a result of the TP thefts, rest areas will be closed when an attendant is not present. The closures will be communicated to travelers through 511 information. You just can't make this stuff up.
Time is money, and CatScale can help your drivers save time weighing. Drivers know their axle and gross weights before pulling off the scale, and CatScale weights are always guaranteed. Drivers get back on the road faster with the Weigh My Truck app from CatScale.
As the nation self-quarantines, the amount of TV we're watching is skyrocketing. David Compton caught up with the CEO of Epic View to talk about how the company is bringing satellite TV to drivers.
Hi, this is Dave Compton with the Trucker News Channel. I'm here with Lance from Epic View. Lance, welcome to the show.
Thank you, David. Good to be here.
So, Lance, tell me a little bit about Epic View. What do you guys do?
Well, Epic View provides premium in-cab entertainment for the drivers. Premium meaning we provide live television satellite service that includes anything from HBO, Showtime, and the NFL Sunday Ticket. So focused on the type of content that these drivers want and need out there.
Okay, very cool. So I know we were caught up with you last year, and you had some big announcements then. I know you got some big announcements now. Tell me a little bit more of what's coming up with Epic View.
Well, over the last year, we focused on how do we make this service available to the drivers. Our business model has always been around a bulk basis, bringing this to the industry through the fleet companies. Last year, we announced for the first time ever we can now bring this to the driver. So this is a big advantage for us to be able to provide service to the driver. It's the ability to provide that premium in-cab experience, television experience that you can't really get anywhere else, from the ability to have all this content in an efficient way. So it's now available to the driver directly for those that are owner-operators or independent contractors.
Very cool. I know she had an NBA star or a basketball star here in the booth today, and so it must mean sports-minded, but is the programming kind of, various, or is it just sports, or what am I expected to see on Epic View?
Yeah, great question. So Alonzo Mourning was here today to celebrate March Madness and kind of bring in the theme of the month. But yeah, the programming's really geared to a variety of different audiences, whether it's sports, whether it's movies, whether it's news and weather. There's a whole host of programming on there, and our relationship with AT&T and the NFL Sunday Ticket is really significant in the football season. Just happen to be in basketball season right now, so trying to celebrate that.
So is there a hardware component to this, and is it difficult for me to install? How does that work?
Yeah, it's a great question. There is a hardware component. It does require an installation of the dish, and there's a number of ways to get that installed. It is about a 2-hour installation. The fleet companies typically support that effort, or drivers can do it themselves, or we have a network of contractors around the country that are available to do the installation.
How do our viewers find out more about EpicView?
EpicView.com or tvformytruck.com if you're a driver.
There you go, everybody. It's epicview.com. This is Dave Compton with the Trucker News Channel. Back to you in the studio.
As we close this show, I wanted to say thank you to all the truckers out there for tirelessly doing your job during this time of crisis. I know one of the things that's sorely needed in this environment is parking. So if anyone knows a business that is closed because of this crisis and it has ample parking lot, or perhaps you know a mall owner that has a huge empty parking lot right now, urge them to open up their accommodations to Americans truckers who are out there working for all of us. That's it for this edition. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to click that little red subscribe button below. You can also go to thetrucker.com to read the latest breaking stories. That's it for this edition. Hopefully next week we'll all be back together with Craig Maltman, Jessica Rose, along with myself, and everybody here at the Trucker News Channel. Thank you for watching.